RMI stub passing mechanisms in Java remote method invocation. Here you can see RMI stub passing mechanisms. We have already seen that RMI client can obtain a stub to a RMI server via registry. But consider the fact that the stub is already stub. But consider the fact that the stub is really just an object that is instantiated on the same machine as RMI server. That the registry serializes and send to the RMI client. Note, technically the registry does not have to be co-located on the same machine as RMI server object. Therefore, the stub may initially get serialized and sent to the registry machine before client requests it. And stubs can be passed in two other ways. Stub passed as an input parameter to another stubs method, and stub is stub returned by another stub method. So this has several implications. RMI stub can serve as factories for more stubs by returning stubs. Not all stubs need to be bound in the registry to be used, and some parts of the system may not need to bind a stub into registry at all. They send their stubs to other parts of the system via input parameter of methods of their stubs. At least one stub somewhere needs to be bound in the registry. That's the stub that starts everything else. A number of stubs bound in a registry should be kept to an absolute minimum, that is only one. More than one RMI client may use the same stub, technically different copies of the same stub from the RMI server machine. Stubs can be replicated by passing them around the network, creating multiple RMI clients all connected to the same RMI server. But we can see from these conclusions that if we bind a very few factory objects as stubs into the registry, that is only one from these factories, we can dynamically bind our networked system. But there's a drawback. Each stub consumes system resources in the form of allocated ports. Once a stub is tied to a port, the ability of other entities use that port is severely limited, if not completely excluded. This can severely impact the system and cause other headaches, such as having to reduce the system safely by opening more ports through the firewall. Here you can see RMI client machine, registry server, RMI server machine. Here you can see RMI stub is bind to the registry, and RMI stub lookup from registry from this RMI stub to the RMI client machine. And here you can see RMI server objects is here. RMI stub passed as input parameter to stub method. RMI stub here, and here you can see RMI server object here. RMI stub return from stub method here. Here you can now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.